I know the use of artificial intelligence is very controversial in the book world, but I am using Claude AI in order to better understand my characters and to ask sometimes for ideas. If I am working on a chapter for a week and I cannot find any solution, it's basically the same way I would use forums. I am a member of a writing forum and I used to write my questions there. But right now, Claude AI knows everything about my characters. And as a result, I don't have to bombard strangers in the forums in order to ask this one question that needs to take into consideration my character's backstory, what their goal is, the setting of the world, and things like that. So moving past that, the first day of the week, I thought of my story for 2 hours. More specifically, I am still trying to solve the problem with Leo, one of the main characters, who turned into a villain because of one bad decision. I've mentioned this in the past video, but I had already written 2 more chapters after Leo took this bad decision. And because the things that happened in these chapters were so interesting and so good in the development of the story and of Leo's character, I don't want to delete them. So although I want to change his decision, the actions that followed after that decision don't have to change a lot. Now my problem was that I needed Leo to go to a specific location, and based on his previous decision, he had to go there in order to meet a specific character. So I was trying to come up with reasons why would he want to go to that character since the bad decision he had made wouldn't have happened. I was getting overly analytical about this and I couldn't find the reason why. So I asked Claude AI. And Claude made me realize something very simple. Since these 2 characters don't actually meet when Leo gets there, although there are signs that this other character was there as well, I don't really need to find a reason that's connected to the other character. And so I worked on something that I had made overly difficult once again that has to do with the Book of Irrevals. The book that's filled with spells that can be performed both by witches and humans alike. So I changed again the prerequisites that I had about making these spells because again I had made my life difficult for no reason, and then basically Leo had to go that direction because one of the spells guided him to that direction. Second day of the week, I did not write at all because I was very overwhelmed with work and I needed to take a break. Third day of the week, I wrote 2 hours but 0 words. Actually, what I did was to completely correct and make everything as they should with Leo's change of the decision and the actions that followed. So I needed 50 minutes to fix the 28th chapter, which I did it with notes. I did not actually write in detail. I did it in a document on Google that I have only notes. I did not correct the chapter itself. I only wrote notes on how it should be corrected in the second draft. Because, oh my god, I've been working on this change for so long, it was driving me insane. And then I also moved to the latest chapters that were written from Leo's point of view in order to make all the necessary changes that had to be consistent with his decision. Once again, I used Claude AI in order to ask him if what I wrote was consistent to Leo's character. Fourth day of the week, I wrote for 2 hours and I actually only wrote 613 words, but I am satisfied because I completed the 33rd chapter, which was from Jimmy's point of view, And something very interesting happened in this chapter, and I was so excited, and I am really looking forward to continuing from the next chapter from Jimmy's point of view. And the thing with this day is that I had to go to work 2 times, so the only time that I had available in order to write was in the 3 hours span between my 2 shifts. So I wrote while I was also cooking. 5th day of the week, I wrote only for 15 minutes, and I was actually very skeptical of whether I should write at all, and I was disappointed that I only wrote for 15 minutes. Although I had a day off work, I had many things to do, I finally cleaned the house, and since I've been so overwhelmed with the work, I wasn't really in the mood of doing much, basically. Nevertheless, in those 15 minutes, I considered how to continue, or rather how to start the next chapter, and that it should be from Irene's point of view. So then I started thinking again of how I finished the previous chapter that was from Irene's point of view, which was very short, and I had said it was good for a transitional scene, but I wasn't entirely sure of it. So I was thinking, if I removed the transitional chapter entirely, how would that chapter start? Where would Irene be? How would her mental state be? And things like that. 6th day of the week, I wrote for 1 hour. I asked Claude about the short chapter with Irene's point of view, and he basically said that it's good as long as there is an emotional impact or something going on, even if it's not physical. And there is this element in this short chapter, and there is also something about a sort of exposition, a sort of hint about something in the story that's important. I'm not sure whether I will keep this chapter or not in the end, but for now I am keeping it in order to move forward in my story. And I started the 34th chapter, but not from Irene's point of view, as I thought I would, but from Leo's. The reason I only wrote for 1 hour was because I had to edit my CV and I had to look for jobs online and on the street. So yeah, that was a busy day. And last 7th day of the week, I did not write at all because again my head was busy. I was very restless, searching for jobs again, yada yada. You get the point. And now I will let you in on a little secret. I am actually re-recording this video because the previous recording was a total mess. I was complaining about my work a lot and how tired I was. I still am, but not so pessimistic, I guess, although it doesn't really look like it. The thing is, these videos were actually, you were watching these videos with a 2 that later became a 3-week distance. So this 7th day was actually on the 9th of May. And right now that I am recording this, it's the 26th, and you will watch this video on Saturday. It will be the 30th. Since the 9th of May, which I did not write, I have not written at all. So yeah, that's a shock. I have been very overwhelmed with my job, very overwhelmed, but this Sunday is my last day, and that's a very good thing, because slowly but gradually I will start again functioning like a normal human being. I will not be sleepy at 6 p.m. on my days off. This job really took a toll on me, but I am leaving it all behind. When it comes to my writing, though, I will restart this 2 hours a day. Not yet. When after this week is over and I have more time, on Monday I will call the unemployment agency that we have in Greece, because I've already gone to all the stores that need it. I am not pessimistic. I am tired though, and I am really looking forward to being done with this job. So I'm not sure how things are going to go. I will try to get some writing today, but I will not record it. I will not make it a part of this video series. And this video series will start anew when the time is right. I hope it will be soon, but we will see. Nevertheless, there is one more kind of videos that I would really like to do. These videos are related to my world building. Some of the editing that I did in the previous videos, and I think I will do it in this video as well, where I talk about my story and I show small clips that I find from another website. And I love this. I want to do this with my world building, like talking about my characters and my story and showing you small clips to put you into the mood. But I also have to find the appropriate music. So yeah, that's exciting. I would love to do that. But I don't want this to take away hours from my writing. So I will find the balance. But until I continue consistently with writing for 2 hours every day, I will not make a new video for this video series. I hope you have enjoyed my journey so far. I hope you are also writing your own story or creating your own project. It's very important to do this every day because we become more aware. As I've noticed in the past, even if I wasn't reading any books, by working on my book every day, I became aware of pacing problems, dialogue issues, wrong decisions, and things like that, which are very important in order to have a good story that's also consistent to the characters. I will also make another announcement at some point about my channel. You may have noticed I've changed the avatar picture of my channel from this logo that I had created online to my photograph, and I am thinking of changing my username as well, the Sacred Order of Writers, to my pseudonym as a writer, which may change as well. So there are some changes happening despite the stagnant period of changing jobs. The mind is always working, and I want to create something true and genuine in this YouTube channel and to take you in for the ride while I am heading toward completing my first draft, the second draft, the third draft, and I don't know how many it's going to be, and then through the publishing process. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you again soon, I hope. Bye bye.